Hello, good people. Hello, and happy. I'm starting something different. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Make America Think Again with Shauna Vaughn. Welcome to you all. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the videos and sharing. Most importantly, please continue to share the page and the videos so we can bring more folks over here to the YouTube page and get that subscriber number up. Okay, so today I wanted to talk briefly about some positive things that I saw on social media this week. Some really good positive things that gave me a little a little hope, and then also hope, encouragement, and then also a laugh, actually. So the number one thing I wanted to talk about, or starting off the conversation with something I saw today, right before I started to record, was this at a Home Depot in Monrovia, California. People were going into the Home Depot and buying 17 cents ice scrapers, that you would scrape off your windshield, when things are icy and snowing, etc. So protesters are going in and buying these 17-cent ice scrapers just to turn around and return them, like immediately return them. And the line was crazy ridiculous of people that were just going to purchase and then immediately going back to get in the line to return them. And the message is keep ICE out of Home Depot. I already had a conversation with you about how Home Depot has changed its cameras in the parking lot, how it's identifying not only immigrants, but also identifying reading every license that comes through the parking lot and sending that information, because they have a contract with government, sending that information off to the HHS department and ICE folks. So yeah, so I just thought this was a real creative pushback on Home Depot, because not only is it's just creative, but then at the same time, they're messing up their sales, they're messing up the store. Because if I came in there for, let's say, a shovel, and I see these long ass lines, I'm going to put the shovel down and I'm going to come back another day. So that will screw up their sales. It just mucks up the whole flow of the store. I don't know how long exactly they were there, but I thought it was a creative approach to resistance and sending a clear, definitive message that we are pissed off, that you are helping the icy folks go after our friends and family and our neighbors. So stop that shit, or we're just going to fuck up your sales. So I thought that was great. Charlotte, North Carolina, I saw a lot of good things that are happening in Charlotte, North Carolina, in response to the icy folks being there. So I saw this one very popular bakery. Apparently, he just shut down shop. He closed down the bakery. He said, I am not going to be open to where my patrons, and also the people who work in the bakery will be vulnerable to the icy folks. So I'm just going to shut it down. So now you have people in the community pissed off because they can't enjoy their favorite bakery. You have people who can't work because, their job has been shut down. And then you also have the community coming together and saying, this is our favorite bakery that everybody loves to go to. I care about the owner being shut down. I care about the owner losing money. I care about his employees who are being targeted, and we're all pissed off. So that riles people up and gets them engaged, which I believe was the baker's point, on top of trying to protect anybody who was trying to come into the bakery to purchase things and getting caught by the icy folks, and then also his employees. He was like, I just can't make my employees vulnerable, just to keep my business open. So that was another thing I saw. I've seen in both Chicago and Charlotte, parents showing up at elementary schools and middle schools to walk the little bitties. And then I believe in Chicago specifically, they have a walking bus system. So they have parent volunteers who are actually going door to door and picking up the young children of the parents who are, feel like they might be targeted by the IC folks, and they come and pick them up, and it's a walking bus. And these little kids are so cute in their little coats and hats, but they're walking together to school with by trusted parents in the community. And they go back at the end of the day, pick them up, and they drop them off one by one to the parent at home. So that's happening in Chicago. In Charlotte, well, there were two things that happened in Charlotte. So high school students walked out in protest, and I think there were about 30,000 students that walked out in protest. That was either Thursday or Friday. And then you also had parents, you know, the spicy white folks that I told you about, the spicy white folks that are using their privilege for good. They showed up and they're like, no, we're going to stand here and we're going to make sure that the children can get into the school safely. We're going to let these other parents know that we are here for them. And so they were just waiting outside the school. Now, not very many people showed up because they're too afraid to show up, but these parents are showing, hey, we are here to support you. And we are here to help protect your children. So you can bring them to school. Hopefully that will improve over the course of the next week. But that's happening in Charlotte and that's happening in Chicago. Saw that on social media. Also over this weekend, the impeach, convict, and remove protest in DC. Phenomenal showing. It started off with veterans, I think on Wednesday or Thursday, and then it just grew into this just everybody showing up. And I believe the count was about 40,000 people showed up, ascended on DC for this protest to convict, remove, and impeach, convict, and remove the current administration. Not just the felon, the current administration. So I believe also Monday, tomorrow, is the last protest. And I believe the goal is to actually surround the White House and demand that felon 47 is removed from the White House. So I believe that's the next steps. But the count is up to 40,000 people that showed up over the weekend. And again, you have to remember, it is not, you know, I keep telling y'all, the felon, he doesn't have the brain power for this. This is the Heritage Foundation. This is the Federalist Society. These are white Christian nationalists. This is the Kevin Roberts, the Russell Boat. This is the Steve Bannons. This is the Stephen Miller. This is all of those people that are behind this. So we have to remove the regime. And this group is saying, we don't believe we have until next year, until the midterms. We can't wait until then. I'm losing my health care now, or my health care is doubling right now. You played with my SNAP benefits and my family couldn't eat, you know, or my benefits, SNAP benefits came in late, you know, a week late, et cetera. So these are people or organizations, several organizations that have come together and said, look, we don't have until 2026. We need him out right now. I saw that they had performers there. They had Al Green spoke again. I think he's going to bring the articles of impeachment to the floor again. Michael Fanone, one of my favorite police officers. He's cute. He's a hottie. Michael Fanone spoke. Jolly Good Ginger, if you know these individuals, Jolly Good Ginger, he's a veteran and he's also an influencer, an activist. So I'm going to give you some, if you don't know what I'm talking about at all, I'm going to give you some pages to follow on social media. I follow them. I feel very confident in the information that they provide. And also I feel very confident in the fact that they are fighting for our democracy. People from all backgrounds, all walks of life, all colors, shades, and hues, all religious backgrounds, it doesn't matter. They're fighting for democracy. So Jolly Good Ginger, that's jolly_good_ginger. And then you have flare.usa. They were one of the coordinators of this protest over the weekend. And then Michael Fanone Official is, you know, the hottie officer, Capitol police officer that was severely harmed on January 6th. And then you have the 50 501 movement. 50501 movement. Those are a couple of pages for you to check for more information and for you to follow so you can stay updated on this information. You know, you might be close to DC, you might not be close to DC, and you're able to fly in, you know, for one of these protests. So keep that in mind. And then you also have the No Kings. You can go to No Kings as well. Okay, so another thing that's happening, this is being coordinated via social media, is the mass blackout. And then some people are saying we ain't buying it. And then you have the mass blackout. Basically, the dates are pretty much the same. So the mass blackout starts on November 25th. This should be a reminder for folks. You should be having a lot of conversations. Looks like my hair is out of place. A lot of conversations about this already. But the November 25th through December 2nd, no work, no spending, no school, no nothing. Check out, shut down. If you must work, if you cannot take off work, go to work and do the bare minimum. Do the bare minimum. If you have to spend with small businesses, okay, as much as you possibly can in those days, because the thing is, we want to make a collective impact. Show these corporations who is actually boss. You don't have a company if we're not spending our money. You don't have a business if we aren't coming to you for whatever products that you provide or whatever service you provide. You need us more than we need you. That is the message. Whether that's your employer or that's a Target, a Walmart, a Home Depot, a Home Goods, a Ralph's, Vonn's, whatever it is, you need us more than we need you. That is the message. So no work, no school, no spending, no nothing. Do the bare minimum. We have become a society of consumers, and we need to get away from that. You have everything you need. If you have food, if you have water, if you have shelter, if you have clothes on your back, you have everything you need. You don't even need a car anymore. There, you can Uber, you can Lyft, you have mass transportation, like you have everything you need. So mass blackout, November 25th through December 2nd. The We Ain't Buying It campaign, I believe it starts a day later, the 26th maybe, and then it stops on December 1st. But let's go the 25th through the December 2nd, okay? Let's collectively do that for ourselves. This is for us. This is for us. This is us taking our power back. This is us showing corporations, you better speak the fuck up to that administration because we will drive you out of business. We will drive you out of business. There was something else I saw on social media this week. I'm trying to make this really quick. Target now, remember how I told you on the previous video, they are training their employees to smile at the customers more. They think that's going to improve their business. Well, this week they decided that they're going to put millions of dollars into refurbishing or redecorating their stores. They are willing to do everything other than re-implement the DEI programs. They are willing to do everything, and they have lost so much more money. So much more money. They've changed CEOs, and they act like they're not getting it. But they do. They do. They see that dollar amount dropping. They see the lower patronage. But they're doing everything other than reinstating the DEI programs. And that's why we're going to stay the fuck out of Target, because that's playing in our faces. They know exactly what this is due to. Okay, so the last thing I want to share with you is Mikey Sherrill. Mikey Sherrill, the newly elected governor of New Jersey, just this week suggested withholding federal dollars. Blue states withholding federal dollars. And y'all know I am here for it. I have been telling you this. I have been saying this over and over. Gavin Newsom, get on the ball. Like if blue states cut off their federal tax dollars, we are the donor states. We keep all the other states alive. The only reason why you're alive and kicking in Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, the Carolinas, the only reason you're alive and kicking is because of us. Indiana, Idaho, it's because of us. So if blue states cut off the money, the federal funding, red states are going to hurt. When red states start to feel the pressure, red state people will rise up, go to their governors, apply pressure on their governors. Their governors will have no other recourse than taking their ass to the felon in the White House and saying, look, we need some money. You got to go get the money from the blue states. You got to give them whatever they need so they can give us the money. Because I got MAGA hats surrounding my house. That's what needs to happen. Pay attention to what happened with the SNAP. When you cut off people's food, the pressure was building, and people in DC was like, oh, this is not going to be good. This is not going to be good. We need to do something. Now, I'm not talking about those 8 sellout Democrats, because we know why they sold out. They were taking money from the airlines. That's why they sold out. But everybody in DC was feeling the pressure. Everybody in Congress in DC was feeling the pressure because those phone calls, those emails were off the chain. People were like, look, I can't feed my family. You're telling me my insurance is about to double or be cut off. They were feeling the pressure, and they're like, look, all these people, this is a lot of people that's going to come after us. So I am with Mikey Sherrill. I believe that Gavin Newsom needs to get on board with this. I believe that Wes Moore needs to get on board with this. Governor Pritzker in Illinois needs to get, all blue states get on board. Kathy Hochul in New York, get on board and withhold these federal dollars. Okay, I'm trying to keep this one short, so I'm going to cut it off right now. But these are 5 great things I saw on social media. Please follow the influencers that I gave you their information, or those organizations, so you can have more information on upcoming protests and ways that you can push back. All right. Talk to everybody soon.